Nathan's dad plays Minecraft. 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 Nathan's dad plays Minecraft.
Dad, is this really your intro?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nathan's Dad Plays Minecraft. In today's edition, we are going to try to get some villagers. So, I have headed out to the mycelium island here because one of the key ingredients to get villagers is to have brown mushrooms, which is going to be one of the ingredients in our splash potion of weakness. The other ingredients our super mob sperm should give us, so this was the only thing we did not have. So what we're going to do is we are going to pillar up here, and I brought some bone meal with me. Now I did build this platform out a good little distance on each side just so we could get as many of these as possible. I'm going to bone meal this mushroom, and boom, it has turned into a rather large mushroom. And I believe an axe is the best thing to mine these with, and so I'm going to go ahead and mine this entire mushroom, see how many mushrooms it gives us. Now, mushrooms have notoriously low drop rates, so if you just get a couple, that's generally pretty good. So we'll see what we can get here. Oh, I got one right off the bat. Nice. And I'm probably going to just replant this first one. Hopefully we get additional ones, but let's see what... Oh, nice. Wow. So, yeah, this is great. 9 mushrooms, and we got a few more to do. I honestly expected this to take a lot longer. So, yeah, my goal was to come away here with at least 2 mushrooms, and we have far exceeded that. So, the red mushrooms I'm not really going to worry about right now. There's not anything that I need to use them for. You can use them in stews and things like that, but with our carnivore diet that we're on now, we're pretty good on food, and stew isn't anything that I'm really concerned about. So, yeah, this is excellent. Looks like we got 13 mushrooms total. So I'm going to head back to the base, and we're going to brew a splash potion of weakness. So headed back to the base, and just wanted to show everybody what the house looks like from a distance. Worked on building that in the last episode, and pretty pleased with how it turns out. Now, there are definitely way better builders than me, but for my money, this is pretty good. And I did plant some netherwort around it. I'm going to try and do some additional decorating in future episodes, but honestly, that's not really my forte. But, you know, you got to constantly try and get better, and that's how you do these things. So since the other ingredients came from our super mob farm, I am going to get them in the chests out here. I've got 13 mushrooms, so I'm going to make 13 fermented spider eyes. To do that, you use a regular spider eye, sugar, and a brown mushroom, and you just make them right in your inventory like that. And then we're going to head over to the base, and we are going to put this into our brewing stand with 3 water bottles. Now, this is the only potion that you can make with just water bottles. Everything else you're going to need an awkward potion, which is water bottles, and in addition to that, you need a piece of netherwort, and that's going to make every other potions. But with the splash potion of weakness, you just need water bottles. So that's a positive there. And then we're going to let that brew for just a second, and then we're going to add a piece of gunpowder to it. Now, the fermented spider eye makes a splash potion of weakness. The gunpowder makes it a splash potion. What a splash potion means is that you can throw it, and it affects other players or mobs that you throw it at. So, like if you're fighting, I don't know, the Wither and have a bunch of friends with you and throw a splash potion of healing in the group, then that can help everybody in the group heal faster. And I mean, so there's plenty of different ways. If you're playing PvP, you might throw some splash potions of poison at players. That's what the witches throw at you in the mob farm, or if they encounter you in the open, they'll throw some splash potions of poison or splash potion of weakness at you, so that way you hopefully will die faster in their eyes. Just combining a bow, repairing my bow. And then now the other element we are going to need is going to be a golden apple. So what you'll do is when you get the zombie villager contained, you will throw a splash potion of weakness at it and then feed it a golden apple, and that's how you're going to be able to cure your zombie villagers. And as you can see, we now have 3 splash potions of weakness. And the gold, you should have plenty of gold from the super mob farm if you've been using that on a regular basis for getting your drops and things. I know I've had plenty just from that, and then also you can smelt some of the armor that you've gotten. If not, then we will be building a gold farm in a future episode in the Nether. Oh yeah, that's another place you can get it, is from that Nether farm. You can get tons of gold ingots from that. And so yeah, between those 3 places you should have plenty of gold to make some golden apples, a pair of golden apples. You're going to need 16 gold. It's a regular apple, which you get from your oak trees, and then in addition to that you get you surround the apple with 8 gold, and that's how you make your golden apples. Now I am building the villager trap in the swamp biome just because the way I'm building this, slimes will also be able to travel across it with ease, and I am hoping to get some slime balls as well for future redstone projects. Now, in order to get the slimes to spawn as well, you need to make sure you're between level 50 and level 70 in the swamp biome. So I've got my debug screen out just to make sure that I stay within the swamp biome for the most part. And then I'm building a platform 24 blocks from where I'm going to put the filter, and then at the filter I will be standing behind that. And the zombies, I believe, have a range of up to 65 blocks that they can see you, so the zombies should be able to see us fairly easy. The other mobs, the range is much more limited, and so with that, the zombies should come after us where like the creepers and the skeletons and the witches should not. And so that's the hope anyway. Now I am not going to cover this mob farm just because I don't want mobs spawning in perpetuity in this world. So in other words, I don't want them just to constantly spawn after we've already got our villagers. I want to be able to turn this farm off, and so sunlight is going to be the best way to be able to turn this off, because mobs are not going to spawn in the day, and then I can go up to oh boy, that was interesting. But yeah, so I want to be able to turn this farm off during the day, and so by having it not covered, I'll be able to turn this farm off whenever I want. Now the way this farm is going to work is each of these, this is going to be the spawning platform out here where these torches are, and each of these lanes, if you will, are going to be where the mobs come toward us. Now the reason I'm doing individual lanes here rather than just having like a 2 wide or a 3 wide path is because I actually want to be able to limit the number of zombies that make it across. And so by making these lanes, hopefully the different zombies will choose different lanes, and the zombie, I can just isolate the zombie villager and any zombies that are on that path as well. So, you know, if we got 6 zombies coming at us and the zombie villager and maybe 1 or 2 other zombies decide to come down that same lane, then that's manageable. You know, having 20 million zombies, that may not be so manageable, and then trying to kill the rest of the zombies at the same time, keeping the zombie villager alive might be a little bit more difficult. So I'm hoping this works. I've not seen anybody try this, so this is just kind of an experiment that I'm doing. It may be a complete failure, but since it's in the video, I'm guessing it probably worked pretty well, or I'm doing this as a teachable moment so you guys don't make the same mistake I made. So put the trapdoors here. Now with 2 trapdoors, what that will mean is the zombies will think, and other mobs will think, that they can make it over to the path, or to the platform where I'm going to be doing the healing. So they think they can make their way to me, but they will just walk right into the void when they try and go over the trapdoors, because, well, even though they're down, they still see them as potential ways to get to me. So if I had not had that, then they would just stop at the end there and continue to take up the mob cap. And so by doing this, they're able to just walk right in the void, and then I don't have to worry about them. Whoops, looks like I need a little more cobblestone. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and finished up the platform here, and now I'm going to build the cells where I can trap the villagers in. Now, in this case, you're going to want to make them 2.5 blocks high, because I used bottom half slabs on the bottom there. Actually, I'm going to make them 3 high, just so I've got a space on the top that is not spawnable. And I'm going to go ahead and build cells for 2 villagers, just in hopes that I'm able to get 2. And that's kind of, actually, I'm just going to light the top of these up. That should be fine. That'll make it a little bit easier to get up there. I forgot I've got to actually get up here. And so yes, I'm also going to put a trap door there and there, so I can just jump on the trap door, turn it off rather than breaking a block, and that should work just fine. So the last thing to do is going to be to head over there and finish that spawning platform, and going to put my stuff away as well, so that way. Now I did bring the splash potion and the golden apples with me, and so I want to make sure that I leave them here, so that if I do get a zombie villager and it's not able to hold something, then I still have those items over here, and just put some other miscellaneous supplies in that as well. And so looks like it's getting dark, but that should be fine. And then the other thing I always do anytime I build a mob farm, to keep it from contaminating the rest of my Skyblock world, whoops, is, oh yeah, and don't crouch while you're trying to place these, other words you'll place it on top of the other ones, but is to build that little trap there, so if something happens and things go wrong with this, then it does not, I don't have mobs everywhere. Now once I get a little bit of better armor, that might not be such a big deal, but in the beginning, working with real limited armor, and so even though we've got the house built now, so we've got a safe place to spawn that's not going to be anything to worry about, you still don't want creepers running around everywhere, because they will not despawn. And then you could also get a rainstorm, and then you just got stuff everywhere. So yeah, so covering all these in top half slabs so stuff will spawn. Headed back over, go ahead and put these trap doors down. I did not get any zombie villagers to spawn on the first night, but as you can see, the trap is working just fine. Oh, and it looks like we have one, and it is headed down this lane. And so I am going to jump up here, put this trap door down, and hopefully it will come right here. And as you can see, there was a skeleton and a another zombie that just fell into the trap. And so had I just done one trap, then, or one long thing, then I would have had a skeleton to deal with, because I was kind of using them as target practice. So, you know, kind of my fault. And is this guy gonna hold something? It does not look like he is. And so we're gonna have to stay here while he heals. So let me go ahead and close that trap door. Don't want any visitors. But yeah, if they won't hold anything, and at this point in the game I really haven't done any fishing. Actually, I don't think I've done any fishing at all, so I do not have any name tags, and even if I did, I don't have an anvil, and I'm pretty sure you can't just name stuff name tag. And so yeah, we're gonna have to stay here and heal it up right here at the base. I am just going to probably wait till daytime to do it, just to make sure. Maybe I can get another one to spawn. Oh, there's a little baby, and into the void it goes. But I'll be back if I do find another one. In other words, I will be back once we are ready to heal this guy. And I did want to break in here. Now, one problem I've been having with the slimes is they've got about the same range as the other mobs. And so, even if you shoot them, they don't come after you. Oh, looks like this one finally saw me. But when they do come after you, boy, they come quick. And this little alcove is a great little place to hide from the big ones. And then hit the little ones. And so, I think I may put some fences up in the future, so that way the slimes will come at me, because I think if I leave a one wide gap between the fences and the platform, I'll still be able to shoot the mobs off the platform, but the slimes, especially the large ones, will not be able to fit through it, and they also don't fit through the one wide gaps, and so maybe increase the chance that I can get some more slime balls. But yes, I have some slime balls, so we are able to make some sticky pistons and do some redstone, especially now that we've got a potential source of redstone from this villager. So let's go ahead and heal him up, and I'll be right back when we're ready to do that. So daytime has come, and we unfortunately did not get any other zombie villagers at night, but I've got my splash potion of weakness here. Boy, I am awfully close to the edge here, aren't I? So I'm going to throw that at him and feed him the golden apple, and then we just wait. This is how you cure a zombie villager. Now, while they are curing, they can still be damaged by sunlight, which is why I've got his head blocked off, and any other mobs that spawn that attack villagers will attack him. So mainly your zombies in the overworld and your baby zombies are going to try and attack him while he is curing. And so you really want him in a solid square. You don't want to leave the corners open, because mobs can attack through the corners sometimes. And so that is how you cure a zombie villager. And you know something, I was gonna go get those drops, but I don't want to risk him despawning since he was unable to hold an item. So yeah, I'm gonna stay here, and then when he is healed, I will be right back. Generally takes just a couple minutes to do this, so you know, waiting here, not such a huge deal. And as you can hear, our zombie villager is still groaning. But there we go. We have reached the goal, the cure, and so now our zombie villager should be just a normal villager. Hello friend, I am so happy to see you. Now villagers are going to open up a lot of the end game stuff for us. So things like getting diamond armor, we'll be able to trade from villagers. We'll be able to make an iron farm, get enchantments. Just really, this opens up a lot of stuff for your Skyblock world. So we are going to take some time and try and get another villager, so that way we can breed them, and that will probably be one of the next couple of episodes, is how to breed your villagers. And then you can have a whole little village. And of course we were going to have to make a village, so I will probably be working on that while I am finding another zombie, and I think I'll probably put it just right here next to the house. Nice and easy, be able to get the villagers straight to it. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We really do appreciate you helping us out here, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much.